My prison experience changed my whole Afrocentrism. I came out of prison. I was very disappointed in men. And when I came out of prison, I said to myself, I'm only messing with women from now on. And then they showed me like they ain't shit neither. So now I was just disappointed in humanity. And that's how the blood shit even got popular on the album. You know not to run up on SA over there because he's fucking Mexican mafia and every Spanish nigga in this place will jump on your ass if you do.
I want to call this one Black Boys Anthem.
By any means necessary.
This goes out to all God's sons.
We're shedding blood now.
You
We're
know,
being killed.
That's us. Niggas like me. Y'all niggas be tearing down, crucifying, slandering, and killing. Yeah, all that shit.
Yo, what's good, y'all?
What's going on?
Yeah, welcome to the
What's
Father,
going
the
on? What's
Son.
going on?
Yeah, welcome to the Father, the Son, the Trolley Ghost, man. I'm your host, Heru.
It's Nyriq.
And today, we have guests. This is going to be actually the season finale, so thank y'all for rocking out. But
Yes.
I decided we, spice it up for the last episode, so we brought on some new talent. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, this our second guest. This our second guest of the.
This is our second guest, right?
Shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
This season, we popping now. But,
No doubt. Well, I appreciate y'all inviting me. You know what I'm saying? Especially on the season finale. You know, that's always, the banger.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you are somebody. So this is my man. This is my man Script. And my man Script, he got his own podcast, Fire Alarm, the podcast on YouTube. So
go check it out.
Oh, no doubt. I'm one half of Fire Alarm, the podcast. I am Script 50 Mil. None other, you know what I'm saying, in the smoking on the best 99% of the time, all the time.
Yes, sir.
You already know. So, yeah, man, Father, Son, the Trolley Ghost, you know what it is. It's where y'all niggas come to get trolled. Well, I like to
I'm saying.
with the truth. So today, what we got for you today, man, we're going to have an important conversation. And we're going to talk about, today's conversation is about the disappearance of the struggle. The struggle. Capital letters. In quote, the struggle. All right? Now, some niggas might know what I'm talking about when I say that. Some niggas don't. So, I guess we have to start there.
Yeah,
What
we
do
have
I
to
mean?
enlighten these brothers.
Yeah, we got to enlighten these brothers. Let's see. So what do I mean when I say the struggle? Well, there was a time where every black person knew exactly what I was talking about when I say the struggle, when I say those words. There was a time where every fucking one of us would have known exactly what I'm talking about and be able to relate deeply. And this is what I mean, it seems like that's not the case anymore, and that's what I mean by the disappearance of the struggle. Right.
Especially considering we're still fucking struggling.
Especially considering that shit, which kind of points to the psychosis that we in right now that for some reason we are kind of not aware of, not the way we should be. But let's start by defining the struggle. All right. Now,
Great place to start.
as black people, and this is important, we have been dealing with white oppression worldwide, right? As melanated people, but more specifically as like black people. And as we know, people can get really complex about what that fucking means, but general sense, trans-African, transatlantic slave trade, so we talking about Africans, Caribbeans, you know what I'm saying, American, black Americans, so on, right? So we have kind of a common thread and struggle with that oppression, but that's not just to say slavery, right? So that's an important part of this because niggas be finding a million ways to divide along themselves along bullshit lines, but that struggle doesn't just mean slavery, right? It just means dealing with these crackers, like, and their system, you know what I'm saying, or their way of dealing with our people. And it's a common struggle that, you know, there was a time in United States of America specifically, like a lot of black people nowadays, it seems, are not quite keenly aware of what it is, exactly what it is, what it looks like. Like right now, right? There's a little controversy over, you know, niggas taking up the Black Panthers mantle and going out and confronting ICE agents, right? So first thing I'll start with, what do y'all think about that? Let's start there. All right. What's your opinion?
My whole thing about this is, first of all, why are they targeting the Mexicans? You know, it's a whole bunch of other illegal immigrants over here anyway. So I want to get that, you know, clarified.
Right.
You know, what's the whole, you know, meaning behind, you know, targeting the Mexicans? It's a whole bunch of other, or just the Latins, period. It's a whole bunch of other races over here legally that, you know, they not messing with.
I mean, that shit in Minnesota popped off over Somalians.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit big.
Oh, because it is a big community there.
Yeah.
It is a big community of Somalians there, and you are right about that. But you know, mainly it's targeting them. But as far as, I feel like somebody has to stand up.
Okay. Now,
I agree.
That's let's start there. That's your take. What do you think, Nyriq?
Well, you know, I agree. First off, I want to say I agree with the stance that Script said. I got a lot of Hispanic brothers that I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? So I feel for them and everything. But personally, we just don't need to be sending our men out there right there for that mission. You know, we already don't got enough men. 48% of our actual men are actually acting like women. Like, the few men that we have, we can't sacrifice them for another race. Just being statistically logical about it. Like, all those men that are standing up as the new form of Black Panther regime, those are men. In some way or form, they are manly men. They're willing to die for something. And they just need to put that cause to us specifically. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, good. Now, what you both expressed is like two polarizations of what we going through right now, right? And so I'm glad that actually, Script, that you had the perspective that you had, because that's where a lot of black people's head is at right now, okay? And this is not to invalidate anybody, but this is just me, like, again, defining the struggle. What is it? Okay? So, our people have been here, right? And a lot, you know, suspect before even white people got here. But for those who identify more with the slave trade, definitely since they got here, and kind of help build this whole thing that we dealing with right now. This whole system, our own cage, actually, which is why I really have problems with black people in certain respects with that. But the fact remains that from that perspective, right, we built this machine with these motherfuckers, right? And it is one of the most powerful machines in the world, right?
and we helped build this motherfucker. Nobody else, right? And we have been dealing with their shit from almost day one, pretty much day one in this place. You know what I mean? So, that being said, never to disrespect no other people, right? But as Americans, right, just using that term, right? And again, from that perspective, and actually the fact that we haven't gotten this thing that I'm about to speak on is one of the reasons why I don't consider, like, I don't take that perspective anymore, because there's no integrating with these folks. They have a special hatred, targeted hatred. It's not hot no more, but it's still a targeted disdain and disrespect for us that just doesn't go away. So there ain't none. That's why I don't deal with it at all. But as a people that helped build this thing, we first in line for the redress of our grievances. And we've been watching niggas pass us in this line for hundreds of motherfucking years now. You know what I'm saying? For all the brothers that have that perspective. Again, nothing against the Mexicans. And even what you're saying is 100% righteous. Shit, this place, goddamn, they shared it with us before they got here too. But when it come down to standing and holding the line for us, they don't step up for us like that, right? I'm not going to say none of them do. I'm not going to disregard any Hispanic or Latino contribute, because there's a lot of Afro-Latinos and a lot of Latinos that grew up in Afro communities that are very pro-black. But generally, Latinos don't put their necks out for us like that when it come down to, like, we got to get busy for some shit. You know what I'm saying? Generally. And as such, you know what I'm saying, I'm very, very keen on black people starting to get hyper-focused on blackness. And this is like the struggle that's been lost. It's, you know, like the old song, I'm black and I'm proud. James Brown, this spirit of like proud blackness that it can't be bought. You know what I'm saying? It can't be killed. You know what I'm saying? That shit is lacking in us nowadays, right? That's what I'm talking about. How old are you, Script? I mean, if you don't mind.
45.
Right. So you in my age range, you should be a kind of familiar with the energy that I'm talking about.
Right. You know, I definitely want to you to remember this, what we were talking about, but I want to go back to, you know, where you touched on, you feel like we next in line, and you feel like everybody's passing us up. You know, it depends on what perspective that you take this from. Is that everybody else is passing us up, or is it everybody else turned and we had it first?
Oh, it's absolutely that.
And we allow, you know,
it's absolutely that.
Right. But, so I can't agree almost with you saying that, you know what I'm saying, we next up is because we had it. So it's almost like we gotta, you know, rebuild everything, and other people got to take their turn before we come back and build an empire again.
That's true. But here's the thing, is what I mean when I say that. What you're saying is 100%. It's our fault that we ain't got our turn yet. But a lot of that is because look at what we doing. Like, we be fighting everybody else's battle. Everybody, like, black women is frontline activists for homos. You know what I'm saying? These niggas been up. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucking niggas was front line for the Jewish people when them niggas was getting actively fucked up over here. Where they at now? You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas got to focus on fighting for niggas and focusing on niggas' problems. And that's why we ain't got it. It ain't nothing. Like, I ain't talking about a cheese line here. They could have the cheese line. I don't want that. I'm not looking for reparations. I am looking for self-determination.
And I feel like they will get that self-determination if they understood their true natural roots.
Exactly.
And like you said, you know, not to say that slavery, you know, it wasn't a such thing as a slave trade, but I believe more that it was more of us already here that was entrapped in the slave than brought over here.
Yeah. I mean, my people is Native American. Like, I got that in my shit. You know, them black people that's always like, oh, great grandma was Cherokee.
Right.
I come from them kind of black folks, so you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying. There ain't no guarantee that great grandma wasn't just Cherokee. She was just the only person who knew who the fuck she really was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That could have been really the case, right? But whatever the case, right? We thought differently then than
Yeah.
we do now, and that is really the heart of what I'm saying. Regardless of how you come to the conclusion, you know what I'm saying. It's like if you look, it's like why is niggas fucked up right now? You know what I'm saying? Because of thinking.
So like you said, you around my age.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at where it transformed. You know, we used to have,
That's
Public
important
Enemy.
Yeah, that's
You know,
important
we
to
had
identify.
cross colors, we had African medallions, we everybody was, wanted to be rooted back to
Right.
their roots and understand how powerful they were.
And niggas got rocked to
And
sleep somehow.
Yep.
right. So that's what
Right.
the
Exactly,
disappearance,
'cause
yeah.
It- it's not that it wasn't never there. You know what I'm saying? It's not that it was never there. It's just something changed lately. And so that's
Right.
what you just touched on, exactly really what I want to get to in this. So it's good. So before I go into my whole spiel, what I'm going to you first, Nyriq, because you know less than he or I, but from your perspective, what do you think happened, or can you recognize that shift, or where you might think it might have happened, or when and where and why?
I mean, I probably don't have a real clear view like y'all might. I'm more hip to the internet culture. You know what I'm saying? So I know a bit about like one of the things I would say is, but see, this is something that affected everybody was the 9/11 psyop. You know what I'm saying? Like just it was just a lot.
Poignant moment.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And the reason why I say that is because it had everybody in delusion, like delirious. Excuse me. Everybody was caught off guard by that, and right after that, a whole plethora of propaganda and campaigns came, and their strongest form of consumerism started taking place. Like we was already in the midst of it, but like it got worse after 9/11. You know what I'm saying? And just to wrap it up, I would say consumerism is what killed it for us. Like us getting focused on, trying to play the game the way they gave it to us. I'll put it that way. So, go to school, get a job, work from the inside.
That shit don't
All in the process, your children is getting taught by them. You know what I'm saying? I'm the product of the child being taught by them. All in the process. So, that's my perspective on it.
All right. Now, Script, what about you? In your analysis and your time on the planet, when did you seem to think the energy shifted?
Well, me being really like naive, for a lot of long period of time in my life, I'd probably say that I didn't really, start paying attention to how being black was something to be proud of, was lost. I was kind of being naive, so I would have to go back to, listening to the music.
Okay.
And like I was saying, how we had groups like Public Enemy, and they were preaching, black unity, black power. There's no way, they can stop us, if we united.
Right.
To nobody's preaching that no more.
Right.
Is it's kind of like we felt like at some point it felt like we were too good for the struggle.
Okay.
S-
Boom. That's
So
good.
people didn't teach the strength of a strong, black person and why to be proud to be black
Okay.
and the reason to be proud being black. All of that was lost. It was like, oh, we too good for that now. We above that.
There was an attitude like that that crept in. Okay. So I got to be alive during a lot of this shift because I was recognizing it as it was happening, but like couple steps after, I would look back and be like, oh shit. But there's two things you brought. Well, there's 2 points. The one that you brought up, you're talking more specifically about hip hop, and hip hop had a very specific turning point, very specific.
Right. That's why I said I brought that up because, like I said, I was really naive that it was happening. So that I said I would have to take you back to the music.
Yeah.
I never got to really fully experience hip hop.
You were
I was
yeah,
born in the.
you was
that's
born
why.
into
That's
the
why I
ice
had to take
age.
the internet route because I was already born in the fuckery. You know what I'm saying? I got a Lil Wayne lollipop in the back of my head right now when I think all the way back to that shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
primed.
that's like a classic for you. You know what I'm saying?
It is a
And
classic.
that shit is that's a commercial track to me. You know what I'm saying? So it's just it shows how the disconnect, how much it changed by the time you was there, and that came into Ice Age. I call it the Ice Age, and the Ice Age had a very specific shifting point. So hip hop changed with the video Juicy, Big.
Really?
Big brought in the Ice Age. Like he didn't bring in the Ice Age. He brought in this new aesthetic that caught fire and turned into the Ice Age. He brought in this ashy, the classy aesthetic. If you look at the video Juicy, and then you look at hip hop videos before Juicy, all right, and that video, that movie, The Reckoning, actually he kind of touched on this
spoke on it.
lightly, right? Because he was like, they were analyzing Tupac style, trying to figure out how to,
I get around.
Right.
Get around, right? Was the video that they modeled their whole aesthetic behind. And when you look at Bad Boy, you look at Juicy, and you look at, because I Get Around was just a video at that point. Tupac and them, he was down with Digital Underground, and they did that track. You know, they did a million. The rest of their videos didn't look nothing like that. That would just happen to be the theme of that joint because it was a track about I fucks with mad bitches. You know what I'm saying? So that was just the theme. Them niggas took that shit and made it a whole aesthetic, right? And so and from there, niggas could not leave it alone. Like, that was the rise of everything after Video Vixen, Age in the early 2000s, all of that shit. You know, the niggas just took that shit, ran with it. It went from having gold on your neck to having platinum. And after Big died, Jay-Z took he solidified the Ice Age. You know what I'm saying? It was all about money, right? And before that, hip hop, at very least, kept the underground aesthetic, a rebel aesthetic. All right, Big brought that in. Jay-Z, Puff, they brought the new aesthetic in, and it had nothing to do with no kind of struggle whatsoever. But these were the children of the women that are my mother's age, right? And so it really starts back then. So that's the second key point, but it's the first. All right, it's the second I'm bringing up because you brought up the hip hop aspect, and that's how it changed in hip hop. But when it changed for black people was earlier than that. All right, and those were the sons of those women. Okay, the women of that were kids in the '60s and made it and started to like grow and become in the 70s. See, the women, after they killed all of the leaders in the 60s, all right, what them niggas, and they'll tell you this, J. Edgar Hoover and them, what they figured out, they were trying to figure out, okay, what got these niggas to the point where they was bucking like this in the first place? You know what I'm saying? And when they analyzed it, they said, oh, because now in the 60s, you know, niggas was doing all right. You know what I'm saying?
We was pretty self-sufficient. Race, you know, I told you about that little piece that Chad Jackson was about how niggas was actually getting over racism normally, and it didn't take any laws to get over it. Niggas was just doing business and getting used to it. All that shit started shifting.
Niggas started
So that means that it would have started way before that, when they abolished the Jim Crow laws and, you know, forced us to deal with them. Because we was all good before that, because we dealt with only our kind, so our kind flourished.
Exactly. So, but you got to realize all of that was happening during the 60s. The movements, the integration. So all of this stuff was happening. So the first problem was that black people, once white people figured out economically, because they come at you on a lot of different levels now. These niggas are strategists, because this is chess, it's not checkers. They figured out shit. Black dollars are as green as white dollars. Why in the fuck is we doing this shit? We losing out. And so that was a play. You know what I'm saying? You think it was about giving you the same rights and all of that, but niggas wasn't really sweating that shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Niggas, like, if you couldn't get to the white club because you had to go in the back, niggas didn't want to go to the Copacabana. They went to the juke joint.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so most niggas who wasn't already trying to perform fellatio on the white man already didn't give a fuck about no Jim Crow like that. Like, we had our own shit and we did our own thing. And we were stronger forward. A lot of black corporations and all of that. And if you understand how they do business, nigga, that's a market share. I need that. All of it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get these niggas out of business. They don't need to have no corporations and shit. So sabotage, you know what I'm saying? Subtle sabotage. And also what happened is when they opened Macy's and all of that up to the black community, and then they sent niggas to Vietnam in the 70s, right? And niggas came back addicted to heroin, all right? And this is when they slipped in the aggressive feminism agenda, started teaching our women to hate us. And one of the first things that happened then, I'm tired of struggling. Okay? Bitches started saying, I'm tired of struggling, right? Now, let's examine that statement, because bitches still say that shit today. What happens if I'm running for my life and I'm almost where I want to be, but I get tired of struggling?
You die.
I'm just asking, what happens?
You die.
That's what happens, right? If you in a fight, right, and you get tired of struggling, but that nigga that you fighting ain't tired of struggling, what's finna happen?
You finna get beat up.
Right.
Yeah, you about to get the shit beat out of you, bro, sis. Right?
Right.
So, like, I don't know what bitches be on with this whole I'm tired of struggling shit when, nigga, we ain't free yet, right? And they think that they could bring that shit to niggas, right? Like, we the problem, right? Or the reason that they struggling. Like, you know, like you was brought here by us to be housewives and, you know, live soft. Like, no, that's not actually the story. Right?
Facts.
Like, we at war, so how can you sit here and tell me you tired of struggling and then turn on me, right? Because this is what happened, like real facts, right? Because nigga, you sometimes the way that you say something, right, the way that you paint something, the way that you spin some shit, will make you think it's something that is not. But listen, these women don't understand. Listen, if I lose a fight with you and my bitch say, oh, you ain't shit because I lost the fight, spit on me, kick me, and then go off with you, Script, that ain't my bitch.
No, hell no.
You know what I'm saying? Right or wrong?
Hell yeah.
You want a bitch like that?
Hell no.
I think
So
I know where
black
you're going with
women,
it.
you know, so black women gotta understand you largely responsible for the loss of our masculine aggression to want to beat these people, because you wanna be with these people. You want to motherfucking meet these people. I'm trying to beat them. You trying to meet them. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Bitch, go meet them. Go be over there.
Right.
Like, because that's a lot of what to do with it. Because bringing it back to where I made this connection, all these niggas, Big, Puff, me, you, like, we the sons of a generation of women who say, you know what? Now, and that's not to say nothing specific about nobody, but this was the generation. This was the attitude of the generation of women. Like, yo, we could do, like, we getting a degree. We could go get a degree. I ain't got to depend on no nigga.
They
You know what I'm
said we
saying?
could do bad by ourselves.
And then with that went the unity and the struggle. Because if you don't give a fuck what happens to me because you straight, you asking where the unity is? It don't operate like that. It can't operate like that, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
So the whole that was like before the whole independent wave, or that's what created the independent woman
There you
wave.
go.
absolutely. Like my mother, because I keep it funky. Like my mother is front line on that wave. She is a doctor. Like she lived her life for herself.
We still
Right.
see that reverberate to this day. That's what this strong, independent black woman wave is. That's where that's
Like,
from.
I can speak for Nyriq. I can speak for him because of course, I know his mother. She's another woman who lived her life for herself. Right?
I am the product.
And-
it's cool though. Ain't no
Ain't nobody mad about it really, but that's just reality, and it's got to be faced. Because if you don't face it, right, it's not going to change, and it's not going to improve, and we motherfuckers going to keep thinking that you could just operate that way, and somehow it's going to have a good effect on the kids. It's fucking not.
At all.
At all. Like, you at least got to factor certain shit in. I'm not saying you got to be oppressed by a man, but you
Right.
goddamn at least got to goddamn deal with the kids like you got a responsibility to this nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You at least have to do that because you sat there and you made kids with this man. It don't matter how much you don't like him, because them kids is that's half mine.
Right.
And it's not just about ownership. It's about what they need to get from me too, right?
Yeah,
And
that
then lastly,
brings
it's
up
about the mission.
what you were speaking on, in another one of your podcasts on how do you feel that this is yours after I, put my seed in your earth.
Right, like
Yeah, yeah.
what comes out of the earth is the seed. It's
Right.
after the seed. It's not after the earth. You know what I'm saying? And that's an important thing because that's one of the techniques of witchcraft that they've used to bewitch our minds, really, to make us act like, yo, okay, you know what I mean? And honestly, the science behind it is exact in that when you give a woman your seed, you just gave. Like, I had to learn that about, because I be going through it for a couple of my renegade women that have my sons. But I had to realize I gave those women my seed. Like, there ain't no backsies. If they want to take that motherfucker, they can take them. And and I'm thinking, like, in all righteousness, all the scenarios. And I'm like, there's no righteous scenario for me to take my child back. Because let's say even if I forcefully take him back, the kid sees this, it destroys. Like, you just cannot win, right? So when you give a woman your seed, you gave it. It's her job to do what's righteous. and decide to give it back, right? And it's all got to be voluntary, or it's not gonna work.
Because like me and you talked about the other day, like we all getting that test run. You know what I'm saying? We all getting that test. I'm getting my test to be, masculine. She's getting her test to be feminine.
Exactly, and that's the ultimate. That's the ultimate step of that test. Like and this is, no bitch is gonna like to hear me say this, but as a man, my job as a dominant man, masculine man, is to keep control over my bitches. and now I know that sounds like I'm a wild misogynist, but if I am a father though, if I happen to be a man that values fatherhood, I gotta keep control of these hoes so that I can have control of my kids. And so I had to realize, I failed, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And that's just that. And you got
that's what I was gonna bring on. I was like, more as a man, did we fail and not elevate, during this independent rooming run? We should have elevated more, that they still would have had to respect, what we got going on?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Because
Could I say something?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna just say something to add to this, because if we do it that way, we basically saying that, we would need to elevate into the system, and that would give us value for why they respect us. If that's not what we already have a value that they should respect as the baseline, because as it goes, we'll die for it. We'll die for them. That right there sets the tone right there. Any man that's going to die for that woman, she got to give the respect.
This shit is complex because it's two perspectives that you got to look at it from. One is the mainstream, establishment-minded perspective, which looks at the situation as, hey, we made an investment in this thing, we need to get our payout on it. That's how the establishment kind of black person mind thinks about this shit. And then there's the way kind of I think about it. It's total revolutionary, which is like we need to be building our own system from the ground up that we have full control over. Right? Two different perspectives, depending on which one you're coming from. But what you said is true, because always at its core, all the time, because that's the nature of being a man. 100% accountability and responsibility. Like, if you in a small village with 100 soldiers and 1,000 is coming to get you and rape your women and kill your children, like when your children and women is raped and the village is burned and pillaged, ain't no hey, it wasn't fair. Like, you gotta figure out a way to win. You gotta figure out a way to hide. You gotta figure out a way to survive.
Right.
Ain't no excuses, right? So, yes, in that respect, yes. But also, remember this: bitches always talking about niggas. They're not appreciative enough. Like, niggas died in wild wars in the United States, right? Fighting for this country under false promises from these crackers that we was gonna get what was due to us. World War I, World War II, Vietnam, right? So there's that.
I mean, the Civil War as well, man.
Civil War, American Revolution, like all the way through this bitch. The British, everyone. Black people helped defend this country. And goddamn everything that it stands for now, including our own oppression. We help defend this bitch. So, women, black women, you ain't did that. Let's just keep it funky and clear, bitch. You didn't do that. Men did that. Black men did that. And a lot of us did that thinking we were doing it for you, right? So let's start there. Vietnam was right about when this shit popped off. Bitch, I just came back from watching my best friend get blown to smithereens. they had me on all. Every time these niggas go anywhere where there's fucking opium, everybody gets addicted to heroin here. I'm fucked up. I'm sure niggas came back from Vietnam and probably had a moment in time where we really wasn't getting along that well with women, with our women. Probably wasn't treating our bitches that good. Cause niggas had PTSD. So it was really easy to get that bullshit ass campaign off in that moment. So again, I say to you, yeah, you right, but if you lose a fight with a nigga and your bitch say, you ain't shit, spit on you and go start fucking the other nigga, do you really want that bitch?
That wasn't enough.
You know, so niggas could keep beating ourselves to death about how we having, but bitch, what is you doing?
You just gotta walk away. I'm
right.
bloody. You gotta walk away.
So that goes tied into everything, and you know what I'm saying. She don't want to deal with the struggle.
Exactly. And that brings us right back to that.
It's a struggle to nurse a grown man back to health. You know
so here's what the black man got to understand at this point, because how you frame shit, how you think about shit, is going to go a lot with how you going to handle shit. See, we're in a really complex scenario, right? You know, the classic scenario is you're the knight in shining armor. The villain has the princess in his tower. You gotta go save her. You gotta beat the dragon and get the villain. Yeah. These niggas flipped the script on us. They made your bitch the dragon. It's like Shrek, nigga. Like, so how do you get this bitch? At midnight, she's gonna turn into a demon and kill your ass. Like, how do you deal with this, right? How you wrestle with this problem? And you know, I ain't got the answers, but you know, I'm just helping niggas frame this shit in their heads so they can understand how wild and delicate and crazy but violent the situation is all at the same time, right?
Right, because the knight's supposed to slay the dragon. So after we slay the dragon, you are no more.
Yeah, exactly. Now my bitch gone. Like, God, I can't fight this bitch and win. Like, if I win, I lose. If I lose, I lose. Right?
Lose, right.
So, you know what I mean? It's like, how you exercise. Like, we gotta find out how the exorcists, like, get, because these bitches got demons in it, and you can't, they not gonna listen to you because the shit got a hold in their mind. They be thinking that this is really their thoughts. Like, oh, fuck love, fuck a nigga, dick ain't enough, money. Bitch, you an animal. How dick ain't enough? Pussy is enough? What the fuck is you talking about? You know dick is enough, because when your ass, you can hold, these bitches will sit for years. Listen, I did 12, bitch. These bitches could go about 2. That motherfucker get the beating and shit. And this is how they put themselves in bad situations, because when you don't just focus, like, lock in with a nigga. All right, I fuck with this nigga. Like, he ain't perfect. This nigga's a dick sometimes. Okay, but I'm just choosing to fuck with this nigga, right? Then you start to fuck like a human, right? Because, you know, you controlling your shit. But when you be out here trying to act like you doing celibacy and you ain't got no nigga and all this shit, what happens is you end up being like an animal in heat. Like, all I got to do is catch a bitch on the right day at the right time. Because she's so busy fronting. Exactly, because you so busy fronting on everybody. Yep. Every one of these bitches got some nigga that they love to death, that they just mad at, fronting on. And all these mad bitches out here, that's all it is. They got some nigga that they mad as hell at, but they love him to death, and they just won't submit.
Right.
Keyword. Right?
Keyword.
Because they love to put a asterisk on that word too.
Right, they got all kind of exceptions and shit. Well, he got to do this, and he got to know how to lead. Bitch, you don't know how to lead. What the fuck is you talking about? You not a man. You don't get to judge me.
Know how to lead. You got to know how to follow.
Thank you. Like, if we could lead all day, bitch. You over here not following me.
I'm walking this way, you over here and shit.
I got to drag you by the hair like a caveman, and then you say I'm oppressing you. All right, bitch, what you want? You want me to just leave you where the fuck you at, or what? What do you want to do? Like,
Because I do have a real problem with a woman that will sit here and lay and sleep with a man, but don't want to take his lead.
but don't
It's
respect them. Hey,
it's crazy. You know, you should want to respect me because you giving me your
you
body.
giving me,
Period.
yeah, like
Like,
that.
what the
Yo,
fuck?
this is the shit that niggas be trying to get bitches to understand that they be not getting. They be thinking like the game is the same for them as it is for us, and it's not. And I got that episode planned. The difference between the path, masculine path, and the feminine path. They are polar opposite. You know what I'm saying?
We trying to catch
Bitches
them
don't.
all.
Yeah, like bitches don't understand. Okay, here's a good way to put it, because I had put a lot of analysis and thought into this shit, and a man and a woman is not the same. And yes, a lot. You know how homos always be like trying to act like your genitalia doesn't matter. Yes, the fuck it does. It actually all boils down to your genitalia,
balls. Yeah.
because there's something that I learned in the Metu Neta, Egyptian philosophy. There's something called the form-function relationship. Okay? Everything has a form that aligns with its function. You know what I'm saying? Like, cheetahs are different than lions, right? Lions are built for power, you know what I'm saying, to operate in groups. Cheetahs are built for speed and to operate solo. You know what I'm saying? Birds are designed to fly, and different birds are designed different ways to fly, and some are gliders, some are, you know what I'm saying? Shit. So, form-function relationship. And I started there because that's very important. You know what I'm saying? You, as a man, is designed a certain way for work and war. You know what I'm saying? And women is designed a certain way. Like, they have breasts to feed children. Like, they designed for their function, right? And a penis is an external thing. It's like an arm, right? A vagina is an internal thing. A hole, like a mouth, right? So there's a big difference between sticking my hand in the garbage to get something out of it
Come on now.
and putting garbage in my mouth.
Come on now.
There's a giant difference
Let's
between
just
even
say that
as a man, right? Just a man, from my own perspective, I'm not putting just anything in my goddamn mouth, but I'll put my hand all over anybody, anything. You know what I'm saying? It's a big difference. So sex is a completely different experience for me than it is for a woman. And when women don't goddamn, we got technical.
We got to take the.
We got visual. Oh, okay, we back. Yeah, when women don't take the time to recognize and honor their own nature, then you end up going around violating yourself. There's a big difference between the nigga that do the stabbing and the nigga getting stabbed, okay?
Right.
The nigga stabbing can stab 50 more people tonight. Nigga getting stabbed, he don't want nobody else to stab me tonight. No, please. That was enough. That nigga, that's my stabber. That's it.
Right.
You know what I'm
Stab
saying?
once,
That's
I'm
it.
done.
I'm done. I don't want no more. So that's the difference, and women gotta understand that, and understand that shit has a lot to do with the impact on herself. It has a lot to do with her impact on how she's gonna operate on her kids and with the man, like in the whole family shit. Like, if you don't understand these things, you are not. You gonna think every up is down and down is up. Like, this nigga could be having you at home, like you. Like, like he be having you at home. All you got to do is be a woman, and you be like, oh, he's oppressing me, cause you dumb as hell. The fuck, you want to go out here and do this shit?
You want to go work? You want to go work and build someone else's dreams?
What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, no, I know, like, it looks fun outside, but niggas play rough.
playing with no
real.
pads out here. It's a
Niggas
contact
is playing
sport.
rough outside. I don't know why y'all want to be outside. And then y'all out here, you know, like, I mean, and let me bring it back because
about to
this
say,
ain't
'cause I
really
wanna-
just about that, but
I wanna
how
know.
women are operating with us, right? Because what they figured out is that if the man and woman can't get along, if a black man, if you can make it so the black man and the black woman can't get along, then they ain't no family.
Can I
And
say
if they
something?
ain't, okay, hold up. If they ain't no family, then they ain't no tribe. There ain't no clans, excuse me. And if there ain't no clans, there ain't no tribes. And if there ain't no tribes, there's no nation. So go ahead.
I just wanted to put an asterisk on it because it's not getting along that's our issue, Pops. It's our function. Like white men and white women don't really get along from my observation.
You know what?
Them motherfuckers
Good
function,
fucking
though.
point.
Them
Good
motherfuckers
fucking
function.
point.
That bitch, and she'll function so good all the way till he get the riches, and then she divorce him and take half. Like they
And that's what
function
I respect
fucking
about
well.
white women. I respect that about white women. And that's what I respect. Because they ain't really no better, right? But
No.
one thing about a white bitch is she'll sit with you and wait till there's something to fight for. Like, black bitches want to roll around in the gutter. Neither one of us got shit yet. We over here fighting. The white bitch is going to play her part until your ass get... Okay, look like he going in the right direction. Okay, let me just chill. Until there's a bag. Let's fight over a bag, bitch. Don't fuck me up before I even... There ain't even nothing to split. But, yeah, like, what you said is right. And you know why? It's right because we ain't even... Like, life ain't always about feeling good. Sometimes it's just about getting a certain job done, right? And so this concept of duty, right? Something that's been lost too. Long ago. But the idea of duty, right? Especially as it applies to a relationship, a family. You know what I'm saying? I don't even believe in the till death do you part thing and all of that. But I do believe in the duty of family. Like, if I was stupid enough or crazy enough one day to let a bitch talk me into getting married or whatever, the way that I would view marriage, you know, it's a contract. It's the business. It's a business contract. Except it's the most important business contract because you're dealing with the business of family. Right? So if you look at it like that, you can actually get a lot more positive shit accomplished in your relationships, people.
Right, because it becomes more than just love.
Right, because I don't like if I was married to a bitch and you know we wasn't getting along, especially if I took that crazy oath like till death do us part. I don't believe in that shit, but you know if I did that, like, bitch, we ain't getting divorced. You know what I'm saying? Even like women that I got kids with, it's like these bitches, some of these bitches think you just about to go off into the sunset and live your life. Nah, that shit gonna come up again. Like, cause we got this bond. This is too, like, y'all think that the Bible's talking about that stupid ass beauty pageant you bitches love so much and the dumbass ceremony and all that. When it says, no, marriage is two flesh, two become one, they talking about the kid. Mm-hmm. God don't care about your little stupid party that you have. You know what I'm saying? That kid is your marriage. You are married in this child. There's both of y'all in this kid. That's y'all marriage right there.
Right.
You're bonded forever, right? Or as long as this kid lives. As a matter of fact, that's why a female lion joined a new male's pride. And that's not just lions. That's a lot of different species. A female join any group, herd, family, because animals, they keep families, or there's animals that don't. Out of animals that do, you see them in herds, prides, you know what I'm saying, troops, shit like that. If a female joins a new pride under the new alpha male and she got a kid, a lot of times that nigga kill that motherfucker.
Right.
And you know why he does that? Because that's the only righteous way to annul a marriage.
Mm-hmm. You just divorced the last two.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Because as long as that kid there,
They joined.
you know what I mean? So,
Right.
so that's the science behind that. And so if I'm married, it's like, and I keep saying it, I don't really do that, but as far as that ceremony and all that, like, nigga, just no divorcing. Like, we could be in different houses. We don't got to be on, but the business of family comes first. I don't care. Like, you could be fucking somebody else. I could be fucking somebody. But bitch, your mind and what you doing better be the business of this family first, or there'll be hefty consequences. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you gotta operate. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you too, as a man, like my business of administrating this family, putting these kids in position. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn, making sure that I'm doing my job. You know what I'm saying? For going into the future, that come first. You know what I'm saying? And okay, to bring it all back to this idea of the struggle, right? Because a lot of this went into dealing with relationships because of what I was saying earlier, that progression, starting with the family to the clan to the tribe to the nation. You know what I'm saying? Like, unity starts with, like, if families ain't unified, if a woman and a man, they kids can't fucking get along enough to be together or have enough structure and order to stay together, how in the fuck is niggas gonna, like, organize and do shit that requires sacrifice? Like, oh, I don't know, no nigga takes no pleas, and we just jam the whole court system up so that these niggas got to start dealing with us differently under the law. Like, that's some shit that's easy to fuck they shit up, right? You know what I'm saying? That I could throw niggas out as a strategy to deal with the legal system. But again, you know, problems with authority, fathers not being in the home, nobody like to listen to a nigga. Niggas that talk about, oh, where did all the black leaders go? Nigga, where did all the black followers go? We can't even, right? They following I Show Speed and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, like, what we really talking about? Like, again, Malcolm warned us about all of that long time ago. Letting your entertainers be your leaders and shit. He's like, what the fuck is with that shit? With these clown show, these athletes and these entertainers, and this is what Malcolm was saying in his day, right? Look at us now.
Exactly that.
Who could you call him? These niggas look to LeBron. Like, call him King James. King of what? If you ain't called Jordan the king, like, I don't know why you would call this nigga a king, but I mean, not that it's even on that. That's basketball shit, my nigga. Like, the fuck, who cares what a fucking basketball nigga got to say about, you know, that, unless he just happens to be a great thinker and has proven it over time with things that he's said or brought to the table, initiatives he's pushed. Yeah, that nigga ain't did none of that.
No. At all.
That nigga was mad about the Trayvon incident. All he could do was wear a hoodie at the goddamn lineup at the beginning of the game. Because if you say more than that, nigga, whoops, I dare you. Say something.
All of it's over.
Yeah, I can't respect a nigga like that. White nigga be like, say something, nigga. I'll break your shit. And you start flinching and how that's gonna be our leader?
No, sir.
How a nigga like that gonna lead us to somewhere other than right under these people, which is, I don't know, I think where niggas would like to be, because they've given up self-determination because it's difficult.
At this point, I don't think niggas know what it even looks like. You know, like this whole time we were speaking on the struggle, and we've hit a couple of things that highlights how we got here. But if someone was listening to this and wanted to envision what the struggle today looks like for us, how would we, because we almost at the time limit, so I want to kind of, give it a
Yeah. I'm glad
what
you
is the
brought it there.
Because for me, if I may add, the struggle to me looks like a whole lot of understanding first off what's going on, and then opting out of a lot of shit. I'm just being honest. As a basic level understanding of what the struggle could be for us as a people, opting out of a lot of shit. We are opted into a lot of shit that doesn't serve us. It actually is very detrimental. It helps them because they are using it as research on us. You know what I'm saying? They can't, like, I had a conversation with a female. We was watching something, and it came up with a little ad showing, what was being advertised or whatever, and it was something very personal to what she would have. Oh, my bad, I'm mixing two things up. Actually, she was watching podcasts all day, and then she switches to Netflix, and when she switches to Netflix, it shows podcasts on there. Like, you know how Netflix will show movies or whatever. She pops up on it, the first thing it's showing is podcasts.
You know the motherfucker always spying on you and shit, yeah.
She asked me, well, what's the issue with all that? What's the problem with the connectivity or whatever? I couldn't really explain it because it's a very detailed thing I could get into. But the basis of it is just like, these niggas are understanding you at a very, like, critical level.
She don't get it. She don't get it. You know what I mean? And go ahead.
I was just gonna wrap it up because I wanted to stay focused. Basically, us opting out of these things gives them less, one, understanding of not only us as a people but humans in general. Two, it will actually affect their fucking system. We always talk about we want to do something, like just simply not paying for Netflix every fucking month would hurt. You just simply, you know what I'm saying? Just simple shit like that. So I'll just end it there. Opting out of a lot of shit. And it don't even have to be Netflix specifically. That's pleasure shit. But like, there's a lot of things that niggas could really be focused on.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen. This shit is chess. It's not checkers, right? Mm-hmm. So this is why authority becomes important, right? Because if everybody's doing their own motherfucking thing, how do you use the collective force of your people to affect change, right? Like, it's practical mathematics. It doesn't work because freedom and unity don't go together, actually. Something nobody never taught you. Something nobody don't really say like that, right? But freedom and unity actually kind of don't go together. So you gotta, clarify your thinking as a people, and in order to do that, you gotta have authorities that say this is what it is, and then people accept it and actually go with it willingly because they trust the authority, right? So this
that's what I was gonna say. That's one of the big reasons why they don't respect the struggle, is because they don't trust the one they're struggling with.
Exactly, right? So that gets into what? Self-hate, right? And all of that shit, because not only does it take self-hate to not trust your brother, but it takes self-hate for your brother to be untrustworthy, for you to be a snake-ass nigga and do another nigga dirty all the time, which there's a lot of out here, which is why niggas got a whole lot of trust issues and all of this shit going on, but it all boils down to you feeling like you ain't shit. And I'm going to tell you what it looks like on a personal level, because, a lot of you niggas don't know how to just stand your ground in your moral space. You know what I mean? Just because somebody do something to you that you wouldn't do to them don't mean that it's time for you to do that shit and start being a fucking piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta stand on look, like nigga ratted on me. I went to prison for 12 years. They wanted me to tell on somebody. I could have gotten less time. I could have. But just because a nigga ratted on me, right? I, for myself, couldn't justify ratting on another nigga. And I'm keeping it 120% funky. Son, I thought about it. Very hard. You know what I'm saying? Kind of wanted to do it because niggas really did more than just ratted on me. I had been through a lot in the streets. And niggas did a lot of shit. There's a lot of niggas. Maybe I could have dropped that shit on and it would have been right. Because you did me dirty. But then I'd have to sit with me. And I just didn't want that on my jacket. I don't never want a nigga to be able to say, yo, that nigga Jay told on me.
Right.
That's
Not one
some
nigga
crazy
in the
shit.
world. I don't want one nigga in the world to be able to say that about Jay. Right? I don't want no one nigga in the world to say that about Ru. You know what I'm saying? So, that being said, I ain't do it. Right? And I paid for it. Right? And on the other side of it, right? I lost a lot. But I still, on the other side of it, even at this point looking back, I wouldn't do it. Because I'm happy with me today, even though all of that shit happened and, you know, that shit comes back. So, bringing it back to the point, getting it off of just me, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas got to get this self-hate thing out of you because you got to think that you worth sacrificing for you. I don't care if nobody else don't. You, like, and then...
No, wait, right there, Pops. Ooh, that was it.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta think you're worth the sacrifice.
Yeah, you got to think you're
niggas
worth...
won't die for that shit. Niggas is not willing to die for this shit.
Right, exactly. There you go. Like,
That's
you got to think you worth the sacrifice of work, of, you know, discipline, of goddamn, you know, doing the shit that you really don't want to do, but you know benefits you. You know what I'm saying? And is good for you. Because that's 90% of life in adulthood. Is making yourself do shit. The thing you know you need to do, but you don't want to do.
I hate that shit. I don't want to do it. Fuck.
Right, that's 90% of maturity. Like being able to do those things that you know are good for you, but like eat your vegetables, goddamn go to the gym, motherfucking go to work, goddamn pay your bills, motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? Spend your money on your kid instead of that goddamn new thing that you wanted. You know what I'm saying? That's 90% of this fucking life, right? So that's why that's 90% again of why niggas ain't got nowhere, because you like being kids and these white people take care of you. You don't do those hard things that you need to do.
They don't want to struggle.
Right, you don't want to struggle. There you go. Bringing it 360 degrees. That feminine side. I don't want to struggle. I don't, and that's not just.
But does that tie into not wanting to struggle? Just not only as females, you know, they gave them a out. Just, you know what I'm saying, putting these drugs on the street and giving us an out.
Goddamn.
Because we don't want to struggle.
Oh yeah.
We don't want to build
right.
nothing, you know what I'm saying, a business from the ground.
That's exactly what cracks when that shit hit. That is exactly what the appeal was. Escapism. That don't call you, like, nigga, you know, when you got money, you take a vacation. When you broke, crack right there.
We got to understand and accept the struggle, man. We going through the struggle right now, and if they can't respect our struggle, we don't want them to mess with us no way.
Yeah, basically, and our women gotta like get back on board because the shit is a collective community struggle. Kids gotta be trained. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of why hip hop don't look the same, feel the same, have the same impact is because a lot of the kids
you know, a lot of it is industry control. They've been puppeteering this shit for the whole long time because there's always been, you know, just that underground of just real shit. But a lot of these kids wasn't trained. You know what I'm saying? And you know, a lot of the original tenants is disregarded. And a lot of that has to do with that energy of fuck a struggle, right? Because if you don't got no like thing like you aligned to that cause, right? When a motherfucker offers you $1 million, you know, advance and all of this shiny shit, and it makes you able to floss on your brothers and shit, why wouldn't you take it?
Right.
You're not operating according to no principle other than selfishness, right? So
If you take it, exactly.
no, scientifically, if you don't have a cause, that's just what's gonna happen, right? So losing that cause, you can't even wonder why niggas is operating the way they operating. There's nothing. What are they allied to other than getting up and flossing on the next nigga and saying I'm doing better than him? That's the only goal niggas got today. Am I right or am I wrong?
Right.
No, it's true.
And why is that? Because of the disappearance of the struggle.
Struggle.
And that
Children
gets,
being raised.
and a lot of that gets passed down from fathers to children. It don't get passed down from women to children.
So if we was to say it in one, maybe in like 2 words, what the struggle looks like. You say it's like unified authority.
Well, okay. So to end it off, because I remember you said that damn pause kind of fucked up the train of thought. But today, if you first of all, the cause is getting back to a sense of substance within our people, just in our everyday motions and activities, not in just one sphere. Like as humans, right? We got to stop being so materialistic and start understanding that people are more valuable than things. That's just a simple thing of where to start, okay? Like we have become far too materialistic. We are far too invested in money and a system that just doesn't serve us when we are all we got. Especially now, you niggas got all of this bullshit right now, but really it's all trinkets. Like, you know, baby boy, when a nigga was talking about guns and butter, you know what I'm saying? Like niggas
Right.
got a whole lot of butter and no motherfucking guns, right? So all of that come from materialism and stupidity. Because if we valued people, we would start to value the things that are considered guns in the world more. Because it's the guns that take care of your people. You know what I'm saying? But when you value things more than people, comfort, your next hit, your next high, your next trip, your next great meal, all of that shit means more than anything and
Your
anybody.
next designer bag,
Right, all of that
that.
shit. All of
Yeah.
that butter means everything to you when you don't value people. Right? So people are more valuable than things. Your children are actually very valuable people, and they must be honored as such. That's another thing. You see, these basic things. And like
But
niggas be
but
like,
when you honor them as such, you have to raise them as such, and
there you go.
then that all those things are changed.
Exactly. Exactly. You're gonna honor because you're gonna make sacrifices, including what? Staying in resonance with the person you had the goddamn kid with on some level. That would be important to you if you what? Honored your children and gave a
Right.
fuck what they want. Cause listen, bitch, I know you hate me, however you want it, but if you ask that little kid, that little boy, or that little girl, who they want walking through the house, drinking up the Kool-Aid and motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? You know, just being an asshole. If you ask that kid who they want doing that, they gonna tell you, "Daddy, my dad,
Facts.
not that nigga you like more than my daddy today. Daddy."
Facts.
That's who they gonna tell you. So if you just, you know, deal with that nigga like fuck that nigga, you saying fuck this kid too. I don't know why I ever taught y'all that, but that's actually the truth. All right. So
Yes, sir.
these are the things that this is the revolution. This is the struggle. It really just starts with common sense shit like that. I can't even get to no further with you niggas because until niggas is sane enough to do those basic things that will make you smarter and make your children smarter, and then maybe niggas could talk about strategies. But you niggas is just way too dismembered, discombobulated, confused, disorganized, disrespectful. Just a lot of dissing going on, right? Like,
A lot of disses.
you know what I'm saying right now. So, you know, just start with like doing what the fuck you know is right. And then the struggle might kind of grow back naturally.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, we are at time, definitely. This was a good one though. Yo,
And I appreciate y'all having me on.
yes,
Yes, sir.
indeed, script.
I definitely think, you know, with the more, like you said, the value of ourselves, respect for other, and being true to ourselves, and breaking out of this mental struggle that we in, we'll start to see some change.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely it starts up there. You know what I'm saying? Getting out of that mind lock they got us in, where, you know, we just on some individual shit. That shit will go far.
Yes, sir.
We gotta restore this masculine energy because a lot of that shit comes together when balance is restored, the proper balance. So yeah, listen, y'all, like, comment, subscribe.
Please
Yo,
do.
we
Please
got through
do.
this second season, man. I appreciate everybody that rocked with us for 2 seasons. Everybody that came
Come on
on
now.
since, you know what I'm saying? I'm happy that I gotten this far and that this shit has been entertaining enough to keep folks' attention.
Yeah, we still doing it, so I guess it's working somehow.
All right.
No
Check out
doubt.
check out HeruTheFirstSon.com. You know what I'm saying? Got the book Dark Truths, the audio book Cell Therapy and music. Check out Fire Alarm Podcast, my man Script over here on YouTube, and Topside, baby. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Check out Topside, baby.
No doubt. I appreciate y'all having me on. You know, it was a pleasure. I definitely want to tap in again, you know, because I definitely, you know, had a journey through the system. So, you know, we definitely gotta,
Oh,
you
chop it
know,
up on that.
no doubt.
Okay,
For
definitely. We
sure,
gonna
for
do that.
sure.
We put that together, man.
Right. I've been told on, you know, so
Shit. Yeah. We got
Motherfucker. Yeah,
yeah.
we
We
gotta
gotta
talk
take a
about
trip
that.
there one day. Let's talk about it. But yo, until then, man. Father, son, and Trolley Ghost, man.
Yo.
We out.
Peace.